Let's play Raid Shadow Legends. Nickel White S550. What's going on, man? King's Auto and Speed. What's happening? Change my training fluid with the calamar sauce today. Now, I think I commented on a couple of your videos. You're running on the rear of your car, correct? Determined veteran in the house with the $9.99 super chat. Much appreciate that, man. RS3 for me. What's going on? 4V Chuckles. What's happening? Nickel White, are you the one that's running the 15-inch wheels on the back of your car, or am I mistaking you for somebody else? 15-inch wheel setup. I think that's your car. Okay. Yeah, I commented on a couple of your videos, man. I was kind of curious as to what all you did on your setup. I don't know, maybe if if you have time or something, if you can send me a message on Instagram, pony1992_s pony1992@gmail.com. Kind of curious how you did it. I wanted to run 15s on the rear of mine, but there's not too many options out there of a way to do it. I've got some things I want to try, but I hadn't gotten around to it yet. Yes. Okay, so you're running the bare brakes. That makes sense. Okay. See, I'm trying to run it and keep the parking brake because mine's a manual, so I have a tough time with that. And I don't know if I'll be able to make it happen. I would have bought the bare brakes, but then I have the parking brake. Jim Alvarez, what's going on? Like that transmission swap. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're trying to work the bugs out. We got some bugs, so we're trying to get through them. Let's see who else is coming in. Yeah, I probably won't stay on too long, man. Actually, this morning had a horrible sinus headache this morning, so I was not feeling good at all today. But I did want to come on and go live and give y'all a place to hang out for a little bit at least. Let's see, Smitty's Bad 50. What's going on? Modded Vet, what's happening? You'll need the knuckles from Beefcake. Yeah. Yeah. Because then you can use G-Funk Express. What's going on, man? Yeah, because the knuckles will allow you to run a specific bare brake setup, or they use a 11 to 14 rotor, the S550 caliper. Now, I did talk to Weld, and they showed to have a fitment for S550 with standard brakes. Now, it's my understanding that they all had the same rear brakes, but they don't. So I'm in the process of gathering some parts to see if that can work, see if I can make that work. It all depends on if I can get Weld to cooperate. Try getting a hold of him yesterday, try to get the dimensions on that particular wheel, and that was through email. And I called him a while back and talked to a guy. He was real cool, and he said, yeah, they show that in their fitment, but I didn't get too many more details because I was going to check on the brake situation and see if there actually was more than one brake option for the rear. And hadn't called him back, hadn't got back to him. So I sent an email, and I don't know who it was behind the email, but I asked if they sold like blend wheels or anything for like test fitting purposes. They said they can't do that, and I said, well, would it be possible to get dimensions of a wheel so that I can make a template? And he's like, well, we don't have templates. I'm like, no. I said, I want dimensions so that I can make my own template, and then never got a response back. So I don't know. See, I'll probably have to call him and actually talk to somebody. Let's see. Street mod junkies in the house. What is going on? See, you have to get custom wheels. Also, they really don't tell you that. 15 by 9 point. Yeah, and that's the wheels that I was talking to the one guy about. So I don't know. I got to do some more. I'm gonna have to call them again, but I really want the dimensions so that I can, I went ahead and bought a caliper for the standard brakes, and a friend of mine's got a 2015 V6, and I looked at his. The rotor's different. The rotor is actually smaller diameter, so I need the dimensions before I can do anything else. So it'll fit standard brakes, then maybe onto something. I don't know. But I did buy a used standard brake caliper, and which uses the same parker brake hookup and all that stuff. So we'll see. That's one of the things that I'm trying to work on with this build. So see, boss man in the house, what's going on? Let's see. What's your thoughts on Ford Innovations dual in the tank fuel pumps? I heard a lot of S550 running them. I think that's your next step up, or something similar to that, if you're not going to run or have outgrown a booster pump. I mean, from my understanding, I've never run anything from Ford, but from my understanding, they've got good stuff. So I would assume if they're running dual fuel pumps, it's necessary. So, and I think that's when you get up to about the 750 to 800 range, you're kind of pushing it with a booster pump. So, I mean, I hadn't really heard anything bad about Ford. So my thoughts would be, if you need the extra fuel, go for it. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad. I haven't done a lot of research on this stuff because I haven't needed it, but hopefully I will. Because if I'm making that kind of power, then that's one of my goals. Let's see, going to be lurking off and on, still working on my intro. Yeah, Street Mod Junkies is trying to get his channel going. So y'all check him out, Street Mod Junkies. He's right here in the chat. He gave me a little sneak, and it is cool. He's pretty talented with that. I'm gonna have to talk to him and maybe talk real sweet to him and see if he'll maybe help me out with my. We'll see. Let's see. Looking to combine it on a Magnuson 2650 setup. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be pushing, and some of these other guys might, chime in. Term the veteran, he may know something about it, but I think if you're pushing about 750 to 800 or so, that's when you start needing more fuel. That's when you start maxing out on a booster pump. So I don't think you can go wrong with Ford, though. I mean, that's going to be one of the eventually, you know, when I'm to that point. But yeah, like Determined Veteran said, I mean, he may know something more than what I know. Let's see. Got to get my channel growing. Got to get me the intro to. Yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Bossman 12 Boss, he has uploaded his first video on YouTube, and he has got a nice Boss Mustang. Y'all need to check it out. It is a super nice car. Trunk back Jim in the house. What's going on, dude? Where's my water go? Can you see my water? Oh, never mind. Yeah, like DV said, it's really nice. Really nice car. And I'm going to be able to check it out at Ford Takeover. And that's another thing. Ford Takeover, June 6th, Jackson, Tennessee. From what it sounds like, it's going to be a big turnout. And it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me get my water. But we will be there. Hopefully my car will be running. As of late, I'm still battling issues with the car. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. All right, so I wanted to talk about Determined Veterans ZL1. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments here. My vet said, don't forget to like and share to help support. That's right. That's right. Definitely appreciate that, man. Salty Stang in the house. What's going on, dude? And Bossman says, as far as I know, I'm going to be there. Talking about Ford Takeover. Okay. All right. So Determined Veteran has got a ZL1, as most of you know. If you don't know, then you need to go check out Determined Veteran. In the description of this live stream, there is a link to his channel. He is currently running 1070s, 1060s, 1070s. I think he's going 1060, but I know he's going 1070. Speed Addict 731 in the house. What's going on? Speed Addict with the super chat. Much appreciated, dude. I hear you. Very much appreciate that, Ken, for the super chat. Let's see, I'm gonna be there, and I might be driving something other than Mustang. So Salty Stang's gonna be there. So, his car is currently running 1070, and he's pushing 133, 134 mile an hour. He is pushing a good mile an hour. So, I think the car, just with some tweaks as it is, would go a tad faster. But now he is adding things, and a lot of things I don't know anything, or I don't know much about the Chevy stuff, but he is going to be making some power, and his goal is nines, at least nines. He can chime in and maybe be specific as to how far into the nines he's wanting to go. But I'm telling you, that car is going to be, it's going to be badass. And me personally, I can't wait. Can't wait to see the videos. I love watching his drag racing videos, obviously, because I love drag racing, but I really want to see that car in person. I'd like to ride. Probably scared the shit out of me. But I definitely can't wait to see him run nines in that car. That was going to be a bad car. And some of us other guys are going to have our work cut out for us. But oh, hang on, we've got a special guest calling in. 1 second. What's going on, dude?
I'm figured I'd call in to help you out. I appreciate you discussing my builds now on the live stream, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously, but
yeah, me too. I'm a Mustang guy too.
You and I have talked about your ZL1, and I can't wait to see how fast it can go. I don't know a whole lot about those cars, but I'm excited to see it because the car, I love the way those cars look. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love how they look. They look mean as hell, and that's about as far as I know. Is they look mean. That's about as far as I know about them. Now I know that yours runs 1070s, but that's about it.
Well, they feel like well, put it this way. They look mean as hell, but they're hard as hell to see at. But you don't need to really look behind you because usually nothing else is back there except for another Mustang.
Right.
I've been beat by a Mustang, modded out. So a lot of people don't understand is like the LC4 is a great platform to build off of. It's a push rod engine. Mm-hmm. So back in the day before everything went dual overhead cam, people were using push rod engines to make massive amounts of torque. So part of the appeal of my drag bike was a Harley, and just Harley Davidson's had torque to be twins. So I wanted something like that in a performance car because the Mustang, I mean, it's cool, and I love my 350R. No one knows who I am. I have a 350R and the ZL1. And I love the way.
Can everybody hear the term of veteran? By the way, I want to make sure that y'all can hear him. Because I'm not exactly sure where my microphone is on this computer. So if everybody can chime in and let me know if you can hear him, so I can move the phone if we can't. Salty says he's just fine.
Right on. Well, and Salty's old, so it's easier for.
Yeah, if Salty can hear you, should be good. So.
Yeah, it should be good. So so anyway, so the the LT4 is a great base. It has a 1.8 blower on the top of it, right? Mm-hmm. So my goal was, instead of like trying to do something crazy and go with a Magnuson, a Whipple or something like that, I kind of wanted we're going to tear apart the blower and we're going to send it out to Kong Performance, and they're going to port and CNC it. We're going to replace the upper pulley with a 2.3, so we're going to pulley it down. Mm-hmm. Once we get everything back to Kong, we'll put it back on the car. Get my fuel system, I think, tomorrow. So once I get the blower back, get it running again, then I'll put the fuel system in. And then after that, we're going to be installing the throttle body. So we're going up to a 103 Nick Williams throttle body. Then we're going to go to an Alki dual nozzle methanol system. Because part of my problem is I can't, the great thing about living in South Texas is that you can drag race on the car. The worst part about living in South Texas and drag racing, everybody takes their street cars out. So I have to wait in line 30 minutes or so to suck up everyone's exhaust fumes and keep my teeth. So I can't. It's hard for me to keep consistent runs, and this part is my fault because I should be data logging, but I just haven't spent the money on the software to do it. But I will after this build. So one of the reasons I'm doing the methanol is one, it helps with IATs, right? And then also too, it's a fuel to go on the top side of your valvetrain to prevent coking effects. So we're going with the dual nozzle system, so the failure rate is less, versus a single nozzle system. But we're hoping to be between 750 and 800 centimeters on a car that weighs 3,750 pounds.
Right. Yeah. Sweet.
No weight reduction, anything like that. So, we just raced a fully built in a marathon. We technically lost because I did red light the first time. And the second time I blew the tires down the third run. I never had any testing to run, so we just got there and started running. Right. So I wanted to make it as fair to him as possible because he had drove all the way from Houston, and his car was the underdog. So we had some great runs. So really, what we're trying to do here on the channel is continue the drag racing because we can do it all year long and bring the content to you guys. Yeah. But the problem, like I said, living in South Texas is the weather patterns it just goes back and forth, and it's hard to keep consistent runs with a force inducted engine.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we're
true.
hoping that the methanol will help us combat that. You know, a lot of people I know Mustangs use killer chillers. There's all kinds of different ways of doing it, but one of the other reasons I want to run methanol, other than the cooling effects, is for the fuel to help preserve my valve train. You know, so that way I can do more hits, and I never have to worry about gunking or, you know, obviously we're going to do engine maintenance at some point, but I beat the hell out of that car, heat, everything, and driven it, you know, all the way up to Tennessee and back, and it ran time. So we're just hoping to improve upon that. And you know, and part of the dilemma we have as YouTubers, you know, we're always trying to do something, you know, to stand out from the crowd. And I know in a room full of Mustang owners, a lot of people don't understand or appreciate the ZL1, but I can guarantee there will be no GT500 that'll be able to touch it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, many other cars either after we get done with this, because there's you don't have too many street cars that can still do nines consistently. That's what our goal is.
Mm-hmm. Now you said that your blower is a 1.8 liter, right?
Yes.
Now you're porting it, so does that technically, or kind of in a way, what would that be equivalent to?
I am not sure.
Okay.
Because the milling process they do individually, from what I understand. So they don't. There's not a set. I mean, yes, they have a set program that they do it through, but we all know a milling effect and builds in the factory. It's very hard to tell. They take off enough to get the desired effect. I don't know, but I could find out and I'll discuss it, because I have a video that I'm going to have planned about reviewing a Kong blower, because Kong just doesn't do Chevy. They're also doing stuff with the GT500 as well. There's actually a lot of companies coming out and doing blowers for like the Demon, the Red Eye, which is basically the same thing, but you know what I'm saying? Demon, Red Eye, the GT500, and I've also seen where they take like a Magnuson, they can take a Magnuson or like a Whipple and help improve and polish it there too. A lot of times where I go back to push rod engines or like a D20 for Poly, on my drag bike I had 1200 Build thundercloud heads. So we sent those off to get ported and polished, which gives you, it's the same effect. It basically streamlines that part where you get more compression and stuff. Compression. On the blower, you know, you can't affect compression obviously, but you can all stiff. So that's why you do a ported blower with accompanied with a lower pulley, so the blower spins faster. But the problem is if you don't do anything for like your IATs, your method, like to do a methanol or killer chiller, you're basically creating more heat. And you're actually robbing yourself of horsepower. So if you're going to pulley down your blowers, everybody knows whether you have a Whipple on your Mustang or whatever, or an old GT500 like Kid did, you have to combat your IATs.
Right.
So, I mean, so you probably get one hit in, and then you'd be good, and then you just eat so from there. So we've definitely got to combat that before we can, you know, do hits. The only con to the methanol is obviously it's an additional injector. Well, there's two. You know, you have 2 injectors that could fail. Like you have 8 injectors in the car already, because I have a direct injector engine. You have failure, and then also you have pump failure, and then also if you run out of fluid, you know what I mean? So it's just a little bit additional maintenance, but you know, I use my ZL1 more for going to the track and driving. DDR is more like, I would say, my daily driver versus the ZL1. I have a goal to build both, you know, obviously, but I'm focusing on the ZL1 because I still think it's the best base model supercar. I should say supercar, but you know what I mean? High horsepower muscle car you can buy on the market. Like if you look at a Demon, a Red Eye, or GT500 versus the ZL1, the ZL1 is the cheapest of the 3 major auto manufacturers, and the engines are so readily available. So, for instance, if I was to blow my LT4, let's just say I predated it and I wanted to get a whole new one, it only cost me about $6,000 or $7,000 to get the information for that car, which is pretty comparable to getting a legit 3 Toyota. So there's a couple of reasons why I'm doing it, you know. So, but obviously, you know, we want to make it on YouTube. You know, we want everyone to make it on YouTube. But you know, I would appreciate if guys would come check out my channel and help support more of it, because the more we can get, because I don't use any of the proceeds to go back into the channel. They basically go to other veterans charities that I do. I haven't discussed it in a couple of months, you know. So, you know, it's just, you know, trying to get our name out there to do these things. And definitely if we could make enough off of YouTube to pay for a trip to Fort Takeover, we'd love to go out there and run everybody, which I keep saying yes and no, but I know I'm going to go. I'm going to see all my friends. You know what I mean? Because I'd love to see you and Ken run the ZL1 Build. Ken's already driven it, but they give you the opportunity of driving yours, and then you drive that one. So that way you get a feel of what that car is, because it's nothing but torque coming out the bolt. It's probably one of the strongest launching cars I've ever been in on the drag strip.
Yeah, what's funny is, I mean, I knew, you know, I can recognize the Camaro, and you know, we're swapping the Nova. I mean, that's got an older LM7. And like I said, you know, I know what the newer Camaros look like, but ZL1, SF, you know, R2D2, whatever you call, you know, I have no clue. So when I met you, I was like, well, cool, you know, because it's something different, you know, and I'm down for seeing different stuff, you know, and something that can make power and haul ass. I'm all for it, you know. So
that was kind of the premise. That was kind of the premise why I got the ZL1s, because everyone was getting the red eye, everybody was getting the demon.
Yeah.
People were getting 350Rs like they're going out of style. People were getting, you know, had GT500s. But my wife and I never really saw a ZL1, you know, around town. Because I look at C7 Corvettes originally, but I just got to the point where, like, with a $90,000 car, I can do it for $63,000. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the thing that brought me in. I've been a Camaro owner for years off and on. I've owned a
yeah. You getting on the train, or is it just passing by?
I think we're getting on the train.
It sounds like it. They're pulling in the station.
I live like right out in the country, so right behind me is a train, you know, a railroad, and because there's cattle all around us, they have to ring the horn because there's no drop gate. I don't know. It's some crazy Texas thing. I don't know. My wife uses it. It goes off all the time. So, but anyway, it's different. And I know a lot of people have no love for this car. Like, honestly, I've never, because you can see, we've all kind of talked, you know what I mean? Amongst us, you know, and like I've always tried to be different, but I'm also not a fanboy either. Like I'm not like a diehard Chevy guy who I would never, you know, own another car other than Chevy, because, you know, I have a Mustang in my garage too, you know. Like I love performance cars, and I love to be able to create something into my own, which is kind of the appeal of the LT4. It's a great platform to build off of. You're really and a flex build too. That's really the only performance I have right now on the car.
Right.
So we're hoping with this next round of mods and really taking it to the next level, that really the next step after this will be ported heads, stage 2 or stage 3 cam. Probably I'll have to upgrade the injectors, and then maybe I might go with a Whipple or a Magnuson 2650 at that point to get, you know, into the, you know, 900 range. But if we keep it the way it is, hopefully the next round, you know, as long as I can get into the 9s, like if I ran like a 9.9, you know, no one's going to say your car's slow when you run a 9.9. I mean, yes, there's cars faster, but then you have to do a cage, you have to do a parachute. There's a whole lot of stuff you do, and you lose the effect of having a street car at that point. So, I mean, I may only get to a 10 flat, which is still, like I said the other day, it's still for a street car is fast, unless I want to through the cage process and everything else. So we're just going to see how we're going to do, because my track is, they're kind of really strict on things. And rightly so. I'm out there all the time. They know I film. So, you know, like they know what I'm about to do. And they said, hey, you're going to end up doing so much, you're going to have to do all this other stuff. We have to make you do it. Because if you didn't, now this is off the record. Like, if you aren't going to film, you can do what the fuck you want. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So, does anybody in the audience have questions or anything like that? Because really on Thursday when I go live, my wife's going to hold the phone while I take apart the blower, so I may not be able to answer as many questions as I'd like. And since you have you created a forum for us to talk, I mean, I'd be open to answer any questions or just let you go back to being solo doing the live stream.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if anybody has questions for Jack, about his car, I mean, I'm not the one to answer him. He's the one to answer him. And like I said, it's different for me. I'm a Mustang guy. I've always been a Mustang guy. So, when I met Jack.
You and Ken want to try to coach me to buy the Mustang. So,
well,
so
you were talking about, how you like the S550, and I was like, man, just get you one then, but, for me, like I said, me personally, the ZL1 is, I mean, it might as well be a Ferrari or a Lamborghini because I didn't know nothing about them,
Right.
So it's intriguing to me. And, all your videos on the ZL1, I watch them because I'm always wanting to learn something new. And especially your drag racing videos, I get to them as fast as I can because I want to see it run,
Yeah.
And
it don't hurt that I can always do it again when I'm at the track anyway.
Right.
Get your advice on stuff. You know what I mean? So You guys have kind of helped me coach me into, because I've drag raced before, but I was never in a car. A motorcycle is a whole different animal, And so I'm not too much slower than I was on a drag bike. My drag bike was a 10.3, 10.4, solid passing, So I'm not that much slower in this car, which is, if you think about it, it's crazy, with the weight difference and everything. But, I try to, with my content, I try to show, I try to appeal to a car enthusiast versus a brand loyalist, I agree that my Driven DR videos will probably do better than ZL1, for whatever reason, just the way the algorithm is, or maybe subscribers, their influences, more of a Mustang thing. Right. But I try to bring on my channel, as I'm just kind of open to everything. You know what I mean? To me, I'm just sharing that experience I have with the vehicles to the audience, and hopefully, in this community that we're all building, as part of being a YouTuber, is like, I'm not an expert, but I learn a lot from you guys, and then in turn, you guys learn a lot from me, and we all motivate each other. Like Kid's building his car, you're building yours, I'm building mine, and so the culmination will be all of us getting together and enjoying that together. And the subscribers, they're the one that win. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because they're getting to see 3 channels kind of jockeying for, not say dominance, but who is going to build the faster car. And I can tell, I'll tell the audience right now, you, me, and Ken, we constantly rip into each other. You know what I mean? About this, that, and the other.
I mean,
and it's not to shit talk, but it's really just, it's just been a really great camaraderie that we've built to interact with each other.
These guys will see it in the live stream. We'll rip on each other in the live stream, but just to let these guys know, that doesn't end here. We're constantly, I don't know how many times Ken has texted me or said, in person or said on the phone about Coyote Ugly being a race car. He was constantly just tearing me up with that. But, that's what we do, and it's fun. We talk smack to each other, but the end goal is for all of us to go fast and, as fast as possible and to have fun. But Jack, Demon Fox has a question for you. I know you said it earlier, but I don't think he was in here when you. But Demon's asking you, do you plan on running meth on the car? And you said you were, and a dual nozzle kit. So I'll let you go through a little bit about that for him.
Yeah. So I through the shop, as far as I know right now, we've ordered an Alki dual nozzle kit for the car, and it's supposed to have a 5-gallon tank that fits into the right. With the passenger side front fender. And so we're doing it for a couple reasons. One, you can lower your IAT keys and lower that blower temp. Two, you create with the push rod engine, you create an additional fuel source that sprays on top of your valve train to stop coking effects, so carbon deposits and everything else. And one of the biggest things with having a blower, especially if I'm pulling it down like we're doing and doing a ported blower, we're going to create more heat, which robs us of our horsepower. So one of the things about running the methanol, which is superior, and see everyone has its pros and cons, but I get a cooling effect. I also get an additional fuel source, which I can create more power, get more timing. And then as well as saying this, with the fuel system we're putting in, we should be able to run not stage 2, but a full E85 use a fuel source, because I'm making 30% more fuel pressure through my rails. You get to a point though, like 750, 800 system in the ZL1s get up to 900 horsepower. That's what they say. But I have not seen anybody in the forums that could honestly, I feel like a lot of people in the forums, whether the Mustang forums or they have the Camaro forums, everybody's kind of like a shit talker, and they never want to tell you the truth. There's a guy who's done a lot of stuff to ZL1, but it's always broke down. But what I think what he did was he just went for the blower and some of the cheaper components and didn't do the whole build.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we want to build a reliable car. Yes, methanol has its disadvantages, because you have to obviously make sure your methanol tank is always tapped off, so
everything has its pros and cons, though.
Right. But I would be, as far as every channel out there that has done a ZL1 build, the only one that's done, and in my eyes, on YouTube, that's a YouTube channel. There's 2 channels. There's one, Guitar Mageddon, but he sold his twin turbo ZL1. He has 17 he sold. He did a fuel system and everything else. He was running like 8s. And then another channel, which is called Red Racer Video. He has a twin turbo, just a Camaro SS, and he's running 900 horsepower as well. But those 2, Nick from Guitar Mageddon sold his. Red Racer does not race. I mean, obviously he doesn't race it. You know what I mean? He is more of a road course guy, and that's it. But he doesn't do a lot of content. So I would be, as far as I know, the only ZL1 with these mods and drag racing constantly on the car. Right. Unless there's just another channel out there I don't know of, but I've seen other ZL1 channels, but all they do is roll race.
Oh yeah. Now Demon's got another question for you. Now he asked, and I know you've got the 10-speed auto, which is a transmission that Ford and Chevrolet work together on, from what I understand. And he is asking if you have a 2-step on there.
No,
basically. So does it have a trans brake?
I'm not sure, because I have not dove into the trans tuning. But one of the goals we have this year before the summer is to do trans tuning, to do like a trans brake, because it has like a stock stall, but we're going to do like the Circle D and all that other stuff, because we really want to have more of a drag car, with a drag transmission. But
so the transmission, though, it can be tuned, because I noticed, some of the 18 and up Mustangs, they say, oh, this time I'm gonna leave on the trans brake, and I'm like, how the hell do they have a trans brake? So I'm assuming that it's all in the tuning now.
It's all in the tuning. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan or proponent of trans tuning in a whole, just because it's one more thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I've seen guys run really good with trans tune. The guy who raced over the weekend, he had a trans tune. He ran his cars. But at the end of the day, I have not seen too many people do it, and it's kind of the people I have seen do it. They had some issues with their transmission as far as because they build it for the 1320, but they still want to daily drive it. So it kind of loses some of its daily driving attributes, which is is definitely the faster you go, the more you lose as far as being daily driving.
Mm-hmm. Now the mods that you've got coming up, are you gonna do a converter as well with that?
Not at this stage. Okay. So we're gonna do. I mean, obviously, because money is an object, right? I still have a payment on the R that's $1,400 a month, and then my ZL1's paid for, but I have a mortgage, and different bills like everybody else. So we're hoping on a second phase of build plans, around the summertime. And I know that's not the opportune time to do it, but I don't see the need to do wait till the winter time again to do another round of bonds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because obviously in the winter time, that's when I'm gonna run my best times here in Texas versus the summer times, which it's 105 degrees outside and all kinds of DA, 3,500 and up. You know what I mean? So it's easier for me to do more intrusive like heads cam, trans tune, all that good stuff. As it gets warmer because I'm not going to run the car as much. You know what I mean? I could take the 350R to the track and make content on an NA car that's not going to get its heat soaked. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, that's there's. I mean, I'm kind of got some worries about how this build's going to take place and how it's going to feel like. Not that I feel like I can't drive the car, but it's going to be more things we have to worry about. Do I have enough methanol to last and everything else? But supposedly with the kit that we're putting on, it won't turn on until peak boost. So it will be, it'll come on at a certain RPM rate or something like that. So, but the reason why I'm going with an expensive kit is because I don't want to take the chance doing something catastrophic to the engine. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one of those risky factors. If you do methanol, that it can happen. But the pros for methanol far outweigh the cons, in my opinion. And it's a cheap alternative to run more timing and more fuel, an additional fuel source.
Yeah, I mean, the methanol that you're doing, and you mentioned the killer chiller. I mean, I have kind of started looking at that stuff because, I am concerned about, my build once the blower's on there and everything basically on the car. So I'm kind of already starting to look at that stuff, and it, I never thought about it before, never had to, because if I ran a power adder, it was nitrous. So, but now, I'm kind of, this is all kind of foreign to me. So I'm learning as I go. So it's, watching your build is actually going to help me learn about what I'll be doing with my build and, stuff like that. So, that's one of my, a blower, is the heat and all that stuff. But for me, it's a little different because I don't drive the car as much. But I mean, it will affect it at the track when it's, in the middle of the summer and that kind of stuff. But as far as daily, I don't have to worry about it. I just need to figure out, what I'll do at the track. But it is a concern. And, it's kind of weird for me because that concern was never there before. So it's
right. And another thing you have to realize too, as you're going through this process of this build, once you start re-engineering a car, I talk to Monty Bet all the time about this. Once you re-engineer a car, you're re-engineering it for something it wasn't meant to do from the factory. Mm-hmm. So, if you add more horsepower in a blower, you're going to create more heat, and you've got to do something to cool it off, because if not, you're going to be robbing the issues.
Yeah.
The problem I see with the killer chiller, because a lot of people have told me killer chiller. The problem that I see with the killer chiller It's a very invasive add-on to a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, for all the cons of the methanol, the killer chiller, in my opinion, has the same issue. The difference is the killer chiller doesn't have a light and a gauge to tell you when it's working or not.
Right.
Right? If your killer chiller fails, very catastrophic to your engine, because if you're tuned for that particular thing, just like with the methanol,
Mm-hmm.
and it fails, you can have equally the same amount of issues with that the engine.
Well, does the killer chiller, does it not have like some kind of fail safe?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
I've never seen a fail safe. Like I know, like Al runs the killer chiller on his car.
Yeah.
I think Ken ran one on his old GT500. I can't remember. But I mean, the one thing I can't say whether killer chiller doesn't work and then your ITs go high. All right, is meth. Okay, I see that, Ken. But my thing on the killer chiller is, from what people have told me and why I steered away from it, is it's a very intrusive upgrade to your car. It's a lot of re-splicing and all that stuff. And where I think the methanol is basically, if you don't want to use the methanol anymore, you take it off and you retune the car to not have it on there.
Yeah. I've briefly looked at it. And I think now, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, or Jack, you tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't one of their systems, like their drag system, isn't it a standalone?
I don't know. That I do not know.
I want to say their drag one is, but I'm not sure. I just kind of looked at it briefly. Maybe Ken probably knows, I'm sure, but
yeah,
and maybe he can chime in. But I think, and you know what you're talking about, how it's invasive, you know, and I think that's why they have the drag system. I don't know. Somebody will have to chime in here. I'm gonna have to do some more research, but from what I understand, I think they have at least one system that is standalone. Let's see. Ken hasn't said anything yet.
I'm seeing what Ken burning now. Meth adds octane, so tune is set for the extra octane, so it doesn't work. Then it only cheeseburger misses octane, which one of the biggest problems with the push rod setup, from what people tell me, is pre-detonation.
Mm-hmm. Especially
when you start increasing your boost, which is going to happen with every engine. Again, I'm just speaking from the LT4 standpoint. I'm not. We can talk very extensively about the voodoo. I see people saying it runs off the car's AC compressor, and
yeah, I know some of their stuff does. I think I saw one, and I could be wrong. Maybe, you know, I was dreaming or something at the time. That's possible, but I know most of their systems do run off of your car's AC system.
Correct.
Yeah.
I just personally speaking, this is me personally speaking, I don't like the idea of a killer chiller because it's so invasive to the car.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if I wanted to change my car back to stock, you know, it would be a very easy process of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the killer chiller, you are basically, you know, splicing wires, everything else. Again, that's my own thing. And, you know, I may be proven wrong. I may have this methanol kit, and 2 months later, I do a review on it saying, I wish I would have went killer chiller. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But I know methanol, and everyone that I've ever, you know, spoken with about a methanol kit with my particular car build, or just, you know, just a push rod engine, everyone's you know, again, it might just be a push rod thing versus a dual overhead cam, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, does the Cobra Jet Mustang come packaged with a GM3 expand? Let's see, does anyone know of a killer standalone system? Okay.
Yeah, that was my question. And I did see, I do know that some guys complain that since it uses your car's AC system, you get a lot of condensation on it. And they're like, well, you know, if you're running at the track, you know, is it not going to drop that condensation on the track? You know, because you're not supposed to run your AC system. So how do you make that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that was another. I hadn't really thought about it too much, but I had my thing down here in South Texas is during the summertime, it gets really freaking hot. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But you know, kids saying it doesn't form condensation. But I also know that it's you know, again, you have people in this group they're sold on the killer chiller. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm not a fan of it. As a matter of fact, I think if I ever do a Mustang build, I'll go killer chiller route because everyone is such a strong proponent for it with Mustang builds.
And that's the other thing I just remembered. One other thing that people were complaining about was that their AC in the car, when they're just driving, it doesn't get as cold. So you have that issue. You know, if you have a street car, you have that issue as well. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, like I said, man, every time you add something to a car like that, you reintroduce something into. But like Ken's saying, he's saying that the killer chiller works great.
Yeah.
He's saying, you know, Coyote car, it shows the AC is fine. And like I said, kids run a killer chiller, you know, and he's a strong proponent for that. You know, we're not going to be able to talk kid out of a killer chiller. But what I am saying with, as far as the ZL1 build, I think that methanol would do very well for my particular setup. And I would love to be able to do a killer chiller when I do a Mustang build.
Right.
My kid says I've never ran a killer chiller. Well, you're a strong proponent for it. That's what I'm saying, Ken. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to at some point. I'm gonna have to, you know, pick Al's brain a little bit. You know, if I feel like that's might be a way I go. So I know he's running it. I haven't gone back through his videos much to you know, get some more information on it
extensively on his build because I'm very fascinated by that because I know that you're going in that direction as well. With Stepchild.
I'm gonna have to go back and really dedicate some time to some of his older videos because I mean I'm gonna have to know that stuff. So you know, if I consider that being an option, I need to know it.
You know, one of the things like I see guys saying about an ice tank in the back. You know, ice tanks work very well, very well. However, camouflage for effect is the old Army term. If I was to do an ice tank in the back, it would lose the daily driving aspects of my wife taking it to the grocery store and putting groceries in the back of it.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, you know, I'm trying to create a build that is still retains the street car aspects, like to enjoy, you know, taking the car to an event, you know, getting on it and making it stupid, you know, somebody wants to test me on the streets, you know, and then I gap this crap out. So it's not a matter of me saying that the methanol is the end all because, you know, again, I want to do something with my car. Cool. You know, that's part of being a YouTuber. You know, we do things and we kind of step out. We take builds and we kind of make it to the extreme. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's doing this with their cars. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's part of being an influencer here online. So my thought process on doing this is to educate the audience. Now, I could also have an issue with it failing or everything else, and then we go, okay, we've seen him run on DB's car. He ran an Alki system or Snow Performance, whatever. I'm thinking it's an Alki at this point. I need to look back and pay for it, but either a Snow Performance or an Alki, they're both great systems. You know, like I talked to them on and off, and the builder, my tuner, and he's seen, you know, have, you know, 500 kits, maybe 2 of them fail and leak. You know what I mean?
Right.
The pumps are good for 2 years. So, and that's, hard use. So at the end of the day, yes, is it going to be an issue? I don't know, but I'm willing to take that chance to chase that power level, because there's no way that I can keep up with a foot whipples without these little things. I mean,
Right.
as much as I'd like to say, bow ties are everything, they're not, man. I mean, they create a lot of torque. They're big monkey engines, and they're not as efficient as, let's say the Voodoo, if it had a boost, if it was boosted, or a Gen 3 Coyote boosted. You know what I mean? Or even a GT500. Let's not get it twisted. Do you want to go fast or not? Pony, scrap that damn sub. Take it back and say heavy. So again, I'm just trying to create a different build for the audience here on YouTube,
Right.
versus just. I feel like it's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't buy a regular Mustang to get go, is because I just didn't want to just be another Mustang channel or another guy with another Mustang. Even though sometimes I go back and forth, should I bought it, should I not? I'm trying to gauge with my audience where they think, and the majority of people say keep 350R and just have fun with it, which is true. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, it is what it is. And I hope that the build goes well and people grow to appreciate that car, because I hate the fact that Camaro has a reputation. But at the end of the day, there's people that say Mustangs are terrible, or Corvettes are terrible, or Challengers. You know what I mean? Everyone's always got an opinion about something. But at least if you're a car enthusiast and you'd like seeing, just a regular average Joe guy go fast down the drag strip, and how I did my build, maybe it influences somebody to either drag race themselves or start their own YouTube channel and do their own thing, So, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, I like being different. I've never been one of the guys that went with the status quo, So I'm not a brand loyalist, so I do enjoy everyone's build. You know what I mean? And that's what I like watching YouTube is you can have a Fox body build, you can do a truck build, you can do a S550 build, you can do an S197 build. It don't matter to me, because it's just seeing other people's builds and different personalities we have on YouTube. I mean, my favorite channels are the smaller channels like us. I just don't get into if a YouTube channel makes 30 grand a month, it's just very out of touch for me. Where I think all of us at our level, and just who we are as men, we try to be as relatable to people. We're not like I don't look at myself as a celebrity. I look at myself as just an idiot with a camera who shares my failures and my successes.
Oh yeah.
I could have been an ass and not show the first race and just showed 2 races and edited the video, and it looked like I had strong runs. You know what I mean? I could have done that, but I was honest with my community and saying, "Hey, this is what happened with the runs. It is what it is, and we're going from there." But anyway, I don't want to waste your time. I just wanted to kind of call in and maybe answer some questions from the audience that they had for the build. And I do appreciate you being the topic of your live stream tonight, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you called in, because you'd have been, probably getting blisters on your fingers from trying to type it all in. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, like I said, your car is definitely different and foreign to me, and I mean, I enjoy all the videos. I watch them, a couple times. If I missed something, or I thought I missed something, or whatever, But I really want to see that car run 9s, and I really hope you get there. And honestly, I mean, I hope you run that against me, because that's going to be a hell of a race. Win or lose, like I said in your video, win or lose, you had fun, you had a blast. I mean, that's what matters. Yes, I'm still going to talk smack. Yes, I'm still going to try to beat your ass on the track. But if I don't, I'm just as happy. So, you know what I mean?
It's just like, I'm very competitive myself. And
Oh, yeah.
before a night race, I got up to him, I rolled out my window, and I say, drive safe. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it can get dangerous. I mean, people see my videos where, I spun out halfway down the track at 8 Mile, damn near hit the wall. So shit does happen. Hopefully we get it before takeover, and we do take over for it. That's a plan, and I appreciate everyone's support on the channel and all the community we built up and everything. Hey, we always want more views, yes, but at the end of the day, we're all friends. And, I think larger channels, they get business. When they start talking about how much they make on YouTube, car giveaways and all this other shit, I lose the appeal because YouTube is all about just a personal connection with you and that audience. And to me, that's the best part of YouTube.
Definitely. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you calling and explaining all that stuff, because I wouldn't have been able to.
That's all right, man. Well, one day after you do the build, you just want to ask you a question, Bill, the answer. Thank y'all so much for all the support. You hear the Stanford Safe Better, Stanford Return Better. Like, share, subscribe, and catch you guys down the road. Hello?
Yeah. All right, so cool, man. I hope he answered y'all's question. No, I wouldn't be able to. So I'm glad he called in. But like I was saying, man, his car is different to me, and I just really want to see it go fast. There's not too many that I've seen. I know there's some on YouTube, but I could watch their cars, but I'd rather watch Jack's car go fast. I'd rather watch him start, in the very beginning and go through the whole build and follow it. That'll be a lot more fun to me. But anyway, like I said, this morning I wasn't really feeling good at all. Had a horrible headache this morning, sinus headache. And I think I need to go rest a little bit. And like Speed Addict says, love that ZL1. Yep, we want to see more content. We want to see more of that build. But yeah, I'm still not feeling 100% tonight, but I did want to come on and hang out with you guys a little bit and talk about Jack's car. Anyway, Jay-Z Garage, what's going on, man? I know he just got in here, but we're about to jump off here. How does it shift? Right now, it's shifting like garbage because we're having clutch issues. So stay tuned for that. We've got issues with Stepchild, but we're working through them, and we'll get there. But again, thanks to Jack, the Term Inventor, for calling in. There's a link to his channel in the description. If you're not subscribed to him, please do that. He is doing awesome stuff for veterans. So his channel, yes, he's building the badass car. He's got 2 badass cars. He's building one to be even more badass. Yes, he's doing it, but he's doing it to bring awareness to ways that he can help our veterans. So please check him out, subscribe to him, and watch his videos, share his videos. With all that being said, like I said, I'm going to rest, and appreciate you guys coming in and talking and hanging out as usual. So we will see you guys next time. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow from me and Speed Addict 731's live stream. And then Jack, Determined Veteran, on Thursday, get to start tearing the car apart. So we got a lot to look forward to next few days. So we'll see you guys there.